So, here's the plan. The plan is to take the man, Spider-Man, that is, and swing around New York, probably stop by a few hideouts, prisoner camps, and I talk to you, you know, play, see what's going on. So, our story starts where everybody's story starts. At home. Well, his former apartment. So, go home, get a quick change out. Everybody want to steal my style, as you can see. Figure out what's going on. Welcome to the pad. It's groovy, baby. But anyway, whoops. Spider suit. Why? Because I love the hoodie vibe to it. You know, like, and the pants, they're not necessarily tight. I guess because of the belts, they look a little bit more combatish. You know, the belt and the gauntlets. I could understand why he would have the pouches on his ankles, but it's like it give it definition. But I don't know. I could have did without it. I mean, he could have did without it. Now, the Scarlet Spider, also known as Benjamin Riley, is a fictional superhero appearing in American comics published by Marvel Comics. He is a clone and ally of the original Spider-Man and is prominent in the 1994 to 1996 Clone Saga storyline, which, spoiler, led to his murder by the Green Goblin. According to this page, fictional superhero. I guess that's the Wikipedia. But, you know, just a quick Google search on it. Want to give you a little bit of the story. Suit power I use is resupply because it's a lot of gadgets to go through. Try to make it look pretty. So you got to make sure I always got something in the arsenal. Battletech generates focus, which is used to do like finishers. You know, ballistic inserts. They got guns out there and it's crazy. Ain't trying to get hurt. Threat sensors. Oh, it slowed the time after a perfect dodge, which is awesome because it sets up some real nice, pretty stuff. You know, help you analyze the floor a little quicker. Let's see. Yeah. Selfie real quick. Yeah, that's it. Alright. Let's go swing around and see what we come across. So, Spider-Man, he is one of my favorite superheroes. Actually, if not my favorite Marvel superhero, a close second to Wolverine. You know, it surprised a lot of you, didn't you? Didn't think I'd say Wolverine. I know, but something about the way he carries himself. And it's not just the, you know, dark broody type like Batman or, you know, a lot of, I can't say anti-heroes, but I guess anti-heroes. But it's what he actually, you know, it's a struggle of, his story is one of perseverance.
Muggers, gotta jump in.
Hey, you guys, hold that.
Who wants a picture?
So, yeah, but you know, he's been through a lot. Just about every other day, his brother's trying to kill him. You know, don't remember a big focus is past. And that's due to his healing factor, partly in part by his healing factor.
Gotta stay strong in the fundamentals.
Oh, that was pretty okay. you know, partly in fact, you know, yeah, partly due to the chilling factor, partly due to psychics like Professor Xavier messing with his head, the Weapon X experiment, but they go into the chilling factor, like traumatic experiences. His mind kind of shut it off, created a mental block, you know, in order to help him heal from it. So he's one of my favorites, you know. Yeah, like I say, easily top 2 favorite Marvel superhero. Him and Spider-Man. Spider-Man, I wish I could say he necessarily speaks for me. Not as smart as him, but you could get how, well, I could get how trying to, you know, being stretched so thin, gotta sit here, gotta sit there, you know, trying to help everybody while at the same time, you know, not really helping himself, not really fitting in. It's like, oh, everybody remember you. So it's time to remember. You know. Like, where's that kid? That kid's always goofing off. You know? Then it's like, you know what I'm goofing off doing? Running these freaking errands for you all. Oh, Mary Jane needs me to be at her play. Aunt May needs me to do this. Uncle Ben, well, we don't talk about him much. But, you know. Oh yeah, I forgot I had to say
Hang on!
I almost ran off.
People are still trapped. Need to help fast.
You know. So, and at the end of the day, that's Peter. You know, his boss, like, hey boss, I need a raise. I get you the best pitchers around. Like,
I think that debris is
no.
trapping someone inside that car.
Take what we got. Take it or leave it. Well, I'm leaving. Okay, you know what? I give you $2 extra for it. But still kind of unappreciated. You know?
Victims are out of danger. Should let the EMTs do their job.
3. The one I saved when I dropped in.
Thank you. So scared.
I think. I don't remember. But yeah. It's crazy.
Keep fighting the good fight, man.
I try, man. I try. Gotta go. Yeah. So Spider-Man, like all of that, his story, he got some of the best villains. And ever since I've grown up, you know, with the Amazing Spider-Man series, it's just, he's been around. So, is it the Amazing or the Spectacular? The 90s. But, you know, he's been one of my favorites. He reminds me of my favorite DC character, Dick Grayson. You know, as far as personality type. It's like, he, you know, awesome, cool guy. So, have anyone seen Into the Spider-Verse? Great movie, right? If you have, and if you haven't, I suggest you go see it.
10:30, robbery in progress, suspect armed. Officers needed at Tribeca. Please copy.
Guys! Guns to the face is not proper consumer etiquette. Hope crime would decline post-Fisk. Might have been too optimistic.
What's the name of this store? Black Man Brothers.
The police will take it from here.
It's kind of feel. Well, I was talking about Miles Morales, and they brought up Black Man Brothers, even though he's mixed. Then I'm like, I am black, so I don't know. Weird. Oh, black man, no parking. This city's racist. Think I should go. Spider-Man does not condone racism. At least when I'm playing with him. So, got a question. Do you think Captain America would have been a racist? Might have been a little bit racist, right? Just due to the times. Like, do I believe he's a stand-up guy? Yeah. But do I believe he believes in segregation? Maybe. Like, everybody should be treated fairly. We just don't have to eat at the same place. I don't associate with criminals.
You guys are like little kingpins
No.
in training.
Hey,
I'm losing him. Gotta catch up. Sorry. I think your shocks need some work.
but
You go.
he might have been, you know, just like I was gonna say Wolverine might have been, but the reason I could say he might not have been because of how long he lived and
Fisk did
his
keep these
ability
wannabe
to have
pushers in
traveled and
check.
seen a lot
Wait,
more
what's that
different
feel like?
cultures.
Do I miss him? No.
You know? So, it's hard to tell if he would have been. Oh, I know, nah. I was gonna say, I know Thor is racist. You know, because they said that the Northmen were racist and stuff, but I don't know. Like, well, where I'm from, there's just not a lot of colored folks. Unless you talk about us and turn blue, get cold. No sun, get pale. That's why we want to go to Valhalla, where it's sunny all day and it's vacation time. You know, sort of like Americans in Hawaii. That's the type of guy Thor seemed like he would be, you know? But I don't know.
Attention units. Reports of a narcotic sale in progress.
Like, you gotta be
Location
high to
is
be
north
having
end
that
of Chinatown.
conversation. They're selling a lot of drugs. Hey, you
Drug
guys.
deals and criminals.
How you doing?
They go together
Can I
like
get
cookies
some?
and milk.
Oh, whoops, guess not. Wrong
Gotta
neighborhood.
be honest, not a fan of Big Pharma, especially back alley Big Pharma.
Open fire!
What do we do?
You just lay down and play dead. Like, do you know who I am? You know how many nameless henchmen I've beaten before you all? Just lie down. Yeah, just put the gun down. Bet you can't tell me what that's from. I'll tell you anyway. Austin Power Gold, man. Yeah, I think that's Gold, man. What they? No, that's when they. I don't know.
Nothing puts a
So
pep
many
in my
Austin
step
Powers.
like halting an illegal drug deal.
Yeah, that's Gold member. Because that's when he found out that what you call it was a hoo-hoo was his father. And then I remember the Gold member talking about Faja. Yes, his father. Faja? He's like, he's what? His Faja. You know, Dad. Oh. Sorry, Gold member. I don't speak freaky deaky Dutch. Hey, that movie is hilarious, man. Like, I'm trying to remember how old I was when I saw that movie. You know, for the first time. I would love for my daughter to watch that movie with me just because it's so funny.
10:30, robbery in progress.
And it's a lot of
Suspect
jokes.
armed.
But it's a lot of jokes, you know, like, Tough to call, man. Tough to call. Let's see. I activated my thing, resupply. My suit power. There you guys, come out of there.
Support your local businesses
Oh,
by
man, I
not
messed it
robbing
up.
them, please.
Tried to whip them all up before they came out. I knew this one. There's another one.
Resting
not to
Fisk
kill.
brought all the small timers out of the woodwork.
I have no idea how to pronounce that.
Texted Yuri
And
to
I'm
pick
a scientist. Well, you know, this guy is.
you guys
Even
up.
though
I
technically
wish there
he's
was
not
a
a scientist.
Spidey emoji I could put at the end.
You know? Okay, so let's see. Let's find something to do. Find take a seat. Let's go up here. But there's a taller building. Ooh, that's round. You see that? Haha. I'm on top of the world! Hey everybody! I'm Spider-Man! Who are you? Spider-Man! Okay. So. Let's see. You got a fish hideout here. You can check it out. Let's see. Let's find a fun Spider-Man fact for you while I'm here. Did you know that Peter Parker wasn't the first person, the first Marvel character that the Venom symbiote came in contact with? So, Deadpool is supposedly the first person the Venom symbiote came in contact with. And because it happened off-world somewhere, and that supposedly drew the Venom symbiote crazy. You know, once it bonded with him. It's like, man, that guy is nuts. And that kind of created the twisted bloodlust for the Venom symbiote. You know, as you can tell, like in the Venom movie, the Venom symbiote wasn't necessarily aggressive as, let's say, a Riot. You know? And that personality shift came when he came in contact with Deadpool. Venom. Venom is an alien symbiote that has numerous hosts, including Spider-Man, Eddie Brock, Matt Gargan is Scorpion, Flash Thompson, and originally Deadpool. Deadpool and the current Venom, Flash Thompson, are teammates in the Thunderbolts. The more you know. So, that's nuts, ain't it? Imagine that. Do 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 do. Let's get up out of there. Too hot for TV. Bad boy, baby.
Might be. Someone needs a nap.
Where is that guy at? Doo-doo-doo. Shoot, I want to do that. Sound like Donkey Kong. I'm all out of corn. Last game. Sure, not if you play video games. Okay, caught me. But you know, I'm Spider-Man. Nothing wrong with going around just kicking butt. Why? What did I do to him?
Spider-Man, show him who he's messing with.
He's messing with Spider-Man. Was he saying Spider-Man show him who he's messing with, or is it Spider-Man show him who he's messing with? You know? Spider-Man. Show him who he's messing with. Like, whose side are you on? Whose side do you want to be on? Think about this. Yeah, you think about it. Yeah, just stand there. See? Should have been like that guy. With my superhuman strength, baby.
You guys are late. Don't worry. I got plenty of face kicks left.
Hey, I don't want any problems, man. I just want a job.
Whoop his ass!
Whoa, because I want a job. Made of hopes and dreams, man. Sugar, spice, everything nice.
Really?
Oh yeah.
More guys?
Okay.
I don't have this
So
many
look.
friends.
I was at work and I was thinking about the Powerpuff Girls, right? Because I was talking to my to my client because I do home
drugs,
care,
huh? Not for long.
and somehow that saying came up, you know, or something along the line came up, you know, like that, and it made me think of sugar, spice, everything nice. The secret ingredient, Chemical X. Now, as an adult, I kind of realize what Chemical X is. My theory, Chemical X is his baby
great,
mama.
more of them. Guys, Fisk isn't here. You could have just bailed.
You know, she bailed on him. It's a story about that and how he's super dad, right? But you know, if you have kids, you know you don't have anything. So they're like, we want to be the superheroes. Like, you are daddy's superheroes. Like, well, make it about us.
This is only
And guess what
acceptable if you're all
Super Dad
showing up in
did?
clown cars.
He made a story about them. His story is Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack and the Professor are the same thing. So, that's how I think Samurai Jack came about. You know? He's like, alright, I guess I gotta have my own thing. You know? And bam! Samurai Jack. You know, because it's a father-daughter cartoon. You know? How do you know? Because it's about kids with little girls with superpowers. You know, fathers are, I'm not saying that mothers aren't, but normally fathers are into cartoons, video games, and comics. And bam. There's
You're
that.
right. I got a bunch of incapacitated criminals and designer narcotics all
You
wrapped
know?
up and waiting for you.
Great,
What was
I'll
it that
just
created the
consider this
Rowdy
an
Rough
anonymous tip.
Boys? I gotta figure that out. Why? Because I want to know. So, Google. What created the Rowdy? Whoops, spelled that wrong. Put the W before the O. The Rowdy Rough Boys. Oh, with a Z. Extreme. So 90s. Okay. So that doesn't tell me. They were created by Mojo Jojo. Yes. I know that, but what was the rhyme? The members. Brick, Boomer, and Butch. Oh my gosh. The fact that Butch is the counter for Buttercup, it's like, you could think of that as a whole lesbian thing. Crazy. Boomer. Bubbles. Dumb blonde. Excuse me, she's gonna get pregnant. Brick. Stubborn as a mule. Baby Boomer. Like talking to a brick wall. Okay, so they were made from flushing armpit hair, snails from the prison cafeteria, and the tail of a talking dog, down a jail cell toilet that contains the apparent potency of chemical X. They have very similar abilities to the Powerpuff Girls. So, armpit hair, snails, and tails from a talking dog. Armpit hair, snails, and tails. That's like, okay, which from puberty, moving slow was laziness and all that. Tails, you can think of it as lies. Like nothing to stories of boys will be boys. So, that wasn't too bad, taking that out. Let's see where we're going next. Combat challenge. I wonder what it'll be my score. This game is fun when it comes to the web swing. Sometimes I start like, okay, I'm gonna head here, and like, I was supposed to stop 50 blocks ago. Oh, damn!
Gotta take
Just
them all
smacked
out.
the crap out of them. You wanna watch a little bit? Okay. Guess not. For a while, I was trying to figure out, I was busting my brain as to what's a good strength. And what I mean by that is when it comes to language. Because I want everybody to kind of watch it, but especially like when you're going live, that's a little hard. You know why? Because stuff just coming out your mouth. But I try not to curse. What made me think of that is I said crap just now. And my daughter, she's so innocent. Because she was like, I was like, I was like, go ahead, say a bad word. You know, you get one bad word. She's like, no. I'm like, why not? I'm your father. I'm giving you a pass to get one. You know. She's like, no, I'm okay. Guess she felt like I was trying to set her up. Right? So I'm like, I bet you got friends that curse, don't they? She's like, yeah. I was like, what's one word they say? She's like, the C word. Now this caught me by surprise. Because I'm like, what? C word, what are they? English? You know, what kids walk around calling other kids, you know, the C word that's the equivalent to a lady's body part. You know? So I'm like, what's the C word?
Pretty good.
She's like, I'll spell it
But
for
in this
you.
line of work, pretty good isn't enough.
C-R-A-P. Like, crap. Okay, that's a curse word. I definitely shouldn't be live streaming then. You know, 4,000, the highest was 6,000. That's not bad. I'm like, whoa. You know? Crazy. Like, what type of kids run around just calling each other that, you know? What was it? You know, for like you, like for boys, it's the P word, you know? And that's crazy. Like, C word. What? Times really has changed. Sending her to some type of foreign British school. Okay, she's gonna come back talking about tea, crumpets, and crickets. Gotta get my Harry Potter on.
All units, witness called in a mugging. Local officers,
You know,
please converge on Civic Center.
get fluid in my proper English slang. Watch some Sherlock Holmes and Austin Powers.
Muggers, gotta jump in.
Hey guys.
On.
Oh my gosh. Oh, why you gotta hit so hard? Oh my gosh.
What are we supposed to do against
Really took down a lot of my health. Hey guys, you okay? Y'all got this? Okay, I can leave then. Have what? Hey, I'm trying to fulfill the fans' needs here. Shot that the wrong way.
Every two-bit mugger thinks he's the next Wilson Fisk.
Hey
Well, they are
guys, can
going
I
to
ask you a
jail,
question?
so...
What did you have that all these guys wanted to mug you for? Y'all got the stuff. Oh yeah, I'm the buyer. What's the business proposition? Okay, I got a business proposition. It's for a strip club. It's going to be Spider-Man themed. It's going to be called Webbing All Over You. Okay. But I have another one. It's about a video game. I would like to create a video game system, not just a video game. A whole new operating system that's not only going to take over as your main console, but maybe even your mobile phone. What's one thing we as gamers hate? Creating characters. Why? Because every game we have to create a character, we have to start anew. How about a system that's placed around taking that character across multiple worlds, multiple games? But the best part is technology isn't too far off from AR. Google Glass is really around the corner. Augmented reality and the way we can use it is great. All you need is a shape, something familiar. See billboards, You tired of seeing ads? Replace with what you want to see. Maybe inspirational quotes. Every time you look at a billboard, it could be a different inspirational quote. Imagine what navigation and instant translation would be like, as far as written word. Maybe even verbal. You might not be able to respond, but you might be able to respond. It all starts with a game system. I'm Brandon Gordon Gadd. You can find me at the 1B Easy as my PlayStation ID, or the 1B Easy at gmail.com. Let me know if you're interested. Gotta go. So, I think both of those ideas are great, honestly. Now, webbing all over you, that came to my mind just now. Like, on the spot. But I really am about this video game system. And it would be great if I had supporters and followers to help me get up that. And kind of help me fund it. Like Spider-Man. Do what I can for some cash. No. So, I might have to shake a little booty. You know, like I like to move it. Anybody asked? It wasn't me. But anyway, okay. So we just did a combat challenge.
All
We did a
units
fist
advised.
hideout.
Witnesses reported a kidnapping.
A kidnapping.
Please proceed to Bowery.
Not on my watch. They reported it. Did you try to stop? Or you like, forget that? They're kidnapping
I'll
kids in
tune my
broad
earpiece
daylight.
to listen for sounds of someone struggling.
What they gonna do to me?
My earpiece picked up cries for help close by. Hold on, I'll get you out. It's terrifying.
I gotta figure out how to
There,
finesse it.
those are the guys who did it.
So keep ripping off the hood. Damn, real quick, big fella. I heard somebody load up again. Guess not.
Mike was right about off track. You saved my bacon, Spider-Man.
Saved your bacon.
Thanks, big guy.
Did you say bacon?
Okay, my
I forgot to ask why they call it kidnapping if the victim's not a kid.
thanks again.
Gabe's bacon.
Just not enough cops to handle everything going on.
Now, with that video game, here's the concept for the video game. Here's the concept for the video game system. It's going to be an open world like this. Spider-Man, GTA, Watch Dogs style. But what's going to make it different, that's the way the console is based. Now, your home screen, there's going to be, of course, there's going to be 3 options on your home screen. Game, watch, or multimedia, which would be your Netflix, Hulu, whatever your streaming service is, YouTube, music, and then creative. Aspiring video game creators, aspiring programmers, people like that. Play is where you're going to take your character that you've created to run across your system and basically be able to play the game. Now in this place, because you want to have developers come in and the top game creators to come in and make games for your system. So, along with, of course, just being able to play their games that they make flat out, with the press of a button, I want in-game stores like Gabe's Bagel. Now, think of GTA and stuff, how you have ammunition and clothing stores and stuff. Those will be stores for, let's say, a Marvel store. And what can you find in this Marvel store? Marvel gear for your character. When I say gear, this Spider-Man used web shooters. You could buy web shooters and now you create a character because webs sling around the world. And this is going to create an open world like Ready Player One. Now, wait, let me take that picture. I didn't take the picture. Bam. Now, this is your map, right? This is a map. The map of Marvel Spider-Man. It's a pretty good sized map, broken down into some pretty decent sections. Now, let's say you have, I'll say about half of it. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, I'll go up a, ooh, that's a big area. That's a lot of buildings. Okay. You see where this arrow is, the character indicator? Right here is the line. That's going to be one island. I want it to be 5 islands like GTA, or 5 different map areas. Each map area is going to be influenced, the 4 surrounding areas, so we could go to here. Bam. It's got bam, 1, 2, we're going to count this as 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, with your 5th being in the middle. This is just to explain how the layout is. The sides aren't accurate, so just work with me. Now, each island, like I said, is going to be about this size. Look at all those buildings and things. Like, that's pretty big. Right? Bam. That's your island. And there's going to be 5. The 4 surrounding the 5th are going to be heavily influenced by the last 4 games you played. When I say heavily influenced, I mean as far as characters, assets, and the way the overall island is ran. For instance, if you're a Call of Duty fan, one island will be heavily influenced with a military presence and things like that for you to create chaos and cause problems or solve problems and things like that. Let's say you play 2K, the other one would be more centered around, it would be more peaceful. Probably be able to play a pickup game of basketball, more sports oriented. But I want not just like I say, I want the world to be influenced by that. So each island is going to be heavily influenced by the last 4 games you played, but they're not going to be limited to that. So while this may have a heavy Call of Duty influence, this one over here, it'll have a heavy Call of Duty influence as far as the way it's ran, right? More militaristic, but the buildings and things will be a mixture of all the game buildings that you have saved on your system. Now, the 5th is going to be a combination of all of them, the one in the middle of everything on your system. So these are heavily influenced by the last 4 games you played. This one is just going to be influenced by the last, by everything on your system. So you'd be like, ooh, where'd that come from? Or where'd that come from? And the way I want it is like your brawls, how one island is shut off, and how the ring closes. When the ring, I want it to be a RPG. So basically you level up, get gear and stuff. By running around and solving quests and things, you'll be able to create your own and do a lot with the system itself. But just for the fun aspect, that's what I want. Ready Player One. Think that. So each island is going to shut off one at a time though. Rings closing. If you're on here, make sure you get off. You don't want to lose all your gear that you just got because you got caught on the island. Get to one of the ones that's not. When it respawns, the layout will be different, the loot drops will be different, and it's always going to create something new. Now the middle, I want the player to basically, it's going to be where all the action happens. Well, like a central hub. What I mean by that is it's going to be a thing such as like reputation points, right? You gain, let's say for every 30 minutes, whoever has the highest reputation points gain access to the way that this middle island is ran. Because I want it to be offline, but the same way it's offline, it's online. You know, your player has 30 minutes. If you gain enough rep points, you could set the way this is ran for the next 30 minutes. Such as you may be like, okay, for the next 30 minutes, nobody can use guns in this city, on this island. And that's the way it's going to be. Now, the other players, or you can always go to the other ones, which you don't necessarily have an influence on, other than switching up the last 4 games you played. You know? But this one is the one you want to run. So, online, it's going to create the same thing. Now, when it's online, though, these 4 islands are going to be a representation of 4 players, or 4 hosts, you know? Because I want each one to be able to hold, each island to be able to hold a decent number of players, you know. And in the middle is where all chaos is. Like, let's look at Apex Legends. Apex Legends can easily hold 60 players, right? In the same world at the same time. 60 players, 2, 4, 6, let's say 8. You want 20 players per island. And then everybody can kind of clash in the middle. But the goal is that this island that you're in control of on your offline, and the way you set it up, you know, because once you start how you unlock trophies and badges, the more you do, the more power you unlock of your system. You know, the more you be able to do with the video editor, the more you'll be able to do with the type of gameplay and control setup and things for that nature will be done. You unlock that in your center island by gaining rep points. And you take that and you can customize your city with what you want. And when you go online, your island is one of 4. The 5th one will be a collaboration of all 4 islands, you know, the 4 different hosts, which creates a just about endless possibility of loot that you can grab, that your player keeps with you, you know. But of course there's going to be, well, I don't know, I don't want to say it's a difference between online and offline. I think you should be able to take it, because just like you could download swords in Final Fantasy 15, or, you know, a certain skin in here for a certain gun, you could download it onto your system. And that takes me back to Gabe's Bagel. Now, the stores like this, I would like stores like this in the game. Like I said, you could go buy web shooters and things like that. And you occupy the city with things like that. So it's not necessarily pay to play. It's just, you want some upgrades, you can upgrade it. Now, we could say, how do you make the playing field even? That's easy. You just make all damage done by any weapon the same thing. So no matter what weapon you use, it's all going to do 10% damage of your health. You know? Let's say that. And you have a big health bar, 10% is still 10%. You know? And bam, you solve it. Everybody's on the same playing field. So, it's just grabbing different loot, different gameplay styles, you know, and being able to take it across here. You'd be like, this is the Marvel store, that's the DC store, that's the Pixar store, you know, that's Call of Duty land, they got some of the best guns. You can find the gun skins around, you know, or that's Titanfall world, ain't nothing like they movement selection, you know, things like that. You want your character to be able to fight? Go to UFC land, get some punching animations, some kicking animations, you know, things like that. And you customize your character. Why? because everybody want to be a badass. Everybody want to take their character across multiple games. Like, if this was my main loadout, you know, and everything's gonna be a mixture here. So it's like, while you can find some great loot here, do you want to find the great loot, or do you want to run this my online thing, you know, the center? So when somebody walk here, nobody could use guns. Why? Because you said so. You know, or, you know, then like, this got a heavy sports influence. Next thing you know, you're riding around like GTA trying to start some trouble because it's not your cup of tea. And because they allow it, you know, whoever was the last person to set it, spam. You know, and it's just the fight for control here, because each island is going to be ran, each when you're online, the four surrounding islands will be ran by, you know, whoever is that host. So this is where it all comes together. Like, I got 30 minutes to do a couple missions, or to, you know, get a couple goals accomplished so I could be the next person, because I want to be a melee, you know, and that's what you do. So let's see. I've been doing a lot of lollygagging. Let's get to some action. Where am I anyway? Down here. That's right. What's over here? What are you? Not a lot of action down there. I think I just did that. Oh, son of a. Let's go to this place, the Demon Warehouse. See, another store here. That could be another in-game store. And like I said, the game is going to be for program developers, video game creators. The game system, which is, you know, the game. I would like to still make the game the same thing. That way you can have crossplay without necessarily needing to have crossplay. You know, you just make sure all your servers are connected. But what was I saying? Crossplay, servers connected. Oh yeah, the game system. So it was for video game developers. It's for video game players, video game developers, animation developers, people like that. Because we'll have a creative mode where you can do all these things. And let's say you're heavily into the creative mode, you're not really into the game. Your game system will just level up different, you know. And one of the things is you want to be able to put video game companies with new video game, you know, developers and things like that. And the more you level up your system, I would hope that you'll be like, yeah, level
All units got another break-in in
20
progress.
creative
Officers, please converge on Long Acre.
or whatever, you know. Guess what? You now have access, you know, here's an endorsement. You know, fill out the resume.
Looks like we've got some doorbusters. And it's
Bam.
not even Black Friday.
You know, you might have some
You
help.
all forgot your keys?
You know, things like that.
Don't you guys watch horror movies? Splitting up is always a bad idea.
And you know, it's to be, you want, what's one thing gamers hate? To be like, to hear people say, you're not doing anything, all you do is play that damn game all day. Play the game so much you probably can make one. Like, well, yeah, if I had the opportunity to. And you want to make the video game system just that. Even if it's for you to create, you know, to edit your island so much that it's, you know, every island's going to be different. And that you just edit it and you have enough people coming and playing, you know, enough online friends like, oh my gosh, I love that. Let me come over there. Hey, you hosting a private party or something, you know, let us play with you. And things like that. But you don't want it to be just based on popularity. Because, you know, some people buy popularity. That's why the whole badge system and trophy system is important. It's like, you really did put in the time and the effort. You know, you put in enough time and effort in the video editing to you know, be on the radar of some animators. You know, even if it's just local animators. You know, somebody might have a story need you to animate. Should I sneak around? Or go in? But yeah, go.
为什么老板那么讨厌奥斯本？奥斯本喂饼了他，我们只要知道支点就行了。那我们是不是应该更努力干掉他？好一雪前行，杀他是最后一步。在这之前，他现在失去。
Watch me jump right down there.
我明白了，主人要他亲眼看他最重视的一切化成灰烬。没错。当他只手下自己的领地，才可以去死。
Can he swing from the way? Yes, he can, because he's not a pig. Look out. Here comes the Spider-Man. Gosh. When I try to get on the ceiling, I can't get on the ceiling. There we go. Haha. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Does whatever. Oh, crap. Hey, how you doing? Oh, these guys. You. These superpowered beings. Like, it's part tech, but it's part genetics. Are they mutants? You know? What'd you say about my mama? Oh crap. Too fast. I almost made a joke. But anyway. Yeah, that's kind of the point. Like, you want to create it so you want your creative player to be able to span a universe and a world that you want your players to create, you know, along with just making it fun. Like, what's the point? A lot of people's like, what's the point of all that if you could, you know, if you're not going to really play the game. Like, if you choose to be creative, it'll be worth the payoff. But you can always just play your favorite games, Call of Duty, 2K, things like that, because you want these developers to. Now, I tend to change the it's not free to play. It's not necessarily a loot box system either. I guess it is a loot box system. So, okay, the way it's this whole spending money to get an advantage.
Time for a shift change, huh? Good.
I want to be able to change. Now, what I mean by change it is, do I think you should be able to then, you know, be able to buy stuff that you want? Yeah. Like I said, I might not want to buy the Spider-Man game because I don't want to play Spider-Man.
I don't think they're really
but I think the web streaming looks fun. So I go to the Play Store, like let's say the Google Play Store, you know, the Play Store, the Apple Play Store, whatever, the iTunes Store.
It's not that I'm not glad to see more of you. It's no wait. It is
I go and I find Spider-Man. You know, the people I find Spider-Man. Anything related to Spider-Man. And I find web shooters. I want the web shooters. You know? So I just buy the web shooters. I don't have to buy Spider-Man. I don't have to buy any of that. You know? Just let me pay $1 for the web shooters so I can swing $1 or $2. Now, I say $1 or $2 for items because you want it to be worth it. You know, you want game companies to give you quality assets, and they need to be able to see that money, along with I need to be able to see that money. You know, because although I'm a gamer, that's why I'm creating this. I need to make some money. So, like $1 for items isn't bad. For an item isn't bad. Like $1 for web shooters, $1 for Batman's utility belt. You know, and it's just to be able, like, what all can I do with the Batman utility belt? You know, you want it to be more than cosmetics. You want it to have a little bit of change on your gameplay. You know, that's why you bought the web shooters. You want to work for them. Utility belt, maybe some smoke pellets, a batarang or two, and the grappling gun.
MJ, call the police. I've got the place secured.
Nice job.
Anytime
we can get guns off the street, it's a win.
But you can also buy the character. Let's say the character, though, if I buy Spider-Man flat out, he's probably worth, say, easy $20 just for Spider-Man. Why? Because not only are you getting, let's say, a bundle of suits, you say get 5 suits, which all come with different abilities, you know, but you get the animations of Spider-Man. Because a lot of people can't do what Spider-Man do. A lot of people, you know, you can't just climb on the wall, right? Because you want to make it feel like it's even. Spider-Man can climb on the wall, you know? You're like, ah. Now, are there other ways to climb on the wall? Yeah. Let's look at Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. They had these gloves that, through magic or technology, they were able to scale walls, you know? But a lot of people can't do what Spider-Man can do. Be like, I want the Spider-Man, the Marvel Spider-Man for Sony, you know? They could just sell you the character right out, $20, you know, instead of $10 for the gadget. I mean, $1 for the web shooters, $1 per outfit, $1 for the web walk, climbing animation, maybe about $3 for that, you know, because it's official Spider-Man, you know.
All units, civilians are in need of assistance following an accident.
Like it add up.
Officers near
This is
Devil's
why,
Shelf, please report to the scene.
you know, things like that are important. Everybody can make money. But I also wanted to be these stores to not just be for big companies. I want them to be for new,
Car wreck down there.
up-and-coming
Bad one. People could be
entrepreneurs.
injured.
What I mean by that is, somebody might not want to at all ever create a character, but they're good with digitally making clothing. You know, somebody might aspire to be the next insert name brand here, you know, clothes designer, and they never thought that their clothes, even though they want to put their clothes on people, you never would have thought that you could put your clothes on video game characters. People would pay $1 because your outfit looks that good. You know, $1 an outfit or $1 for 3 outfits. You're like, oh my god. You know, this little money add up so that you can create that boutique or that, you know, store, or you can earn up for it in real life. You know, you might just end up selling so much digital clothes that a manufacturer would want to take on the clothing line. You know?
Thugs who
And
caused the record down.
that's what I would like to create.
Hold on.
That type of platform for people like that. You you know.
Just a little more.
You might just be a fan, you know. How many people write fan fiction? How many people just do fan animation? You know.
Okay, people are safe.
You'll be able to do
I should
that.
Clear out so the professionals can get in.
You know, now
I'm gonna tell
there's one thing I feel that's underutilized. As far as, to me, I haven't used it. That way, I haven't even used it, you know, period. That's the PlayStation camera and the Xbox Kinect. It's like, I want a character that looks like me. Why can't I have a phone? Why don't most games come with an app that have character creators where I could scan my face and put it on the character? Easy. You know? And it's like, that's so underutilized. You know, I don't get it. And I would like things like that, you know. So I bring that up because the PlayStation camera and the Kinect, that, you know, it has a camera and deals with movement. When you're creating your fan fiction, I want to be, why I could use my whatever peripheral thing like that is and create a scene like right here. Oh, thank you, Spider-Man. I could use the camera to make sure my face line up with Spider-Man face, that person's face, that person's face, and I could create voiceovers and things like that, and they have real lip moving animation in real time, you know, while you do it.
This can't be happening. Yes!
And I think that would be great. I need a cut of all this. But no, not a cut of the film. Or the audio. You know, some money. Because I am giving you a lot of my dreams and aspiration right here, and I don't want anybody to steal it without giving me a cut. So I figure I gotta put that in. Now, another aspect of this game I would like would be, let's say, how we deal of this game system.
Officers, be advised. We have a report of a missing person.
How we deal with,
Please
I want to change live stream, or I want to change stream, period. As in,
I'll tune my earpiece to listen for sounds of someone struggling.
how to make it a little more tailored. You understand?
Sorry.
For example, you could record your gameplay footage.
Come on out. Stretch your
You
legs.
could record your
I
gameplay
was gonna
footage
die in there. Thank you.
and things like that.
Not
But I
again.
want it to be,
There they are!
I could,
Check
let's
it
say you get an hour to record. In that hour, I want to be able to go back,
Sorry.
use the system to go back and change the camera angles of the pre-recorded video. Or, yeah, the previously recorded video. That hour I just recorded. Because we're dealing with a digital space here. How is it that you have the data, but you can't manipulate, you don't want to manipulate certain, you know, like certain things, but you have in-game references and things like that. So, it's like, this Spider-Man in relation to them. Where's the camera? Set so
I
many
forgot
feet
to ask
behind
why they call it
Spider-Man,
kidnapping
right?
if the victim's not a kid.
So we know all the factors in it. You should easily be able to go back that half an hour of the media that's already on your system, you know, because it's still on your system, and just move the camera. So I could have a more cinematic show of my fight, or that robbery I just stopped. You know? Like, oh man, that was awesome. But that's enough of Spider-Man and chill for now. Let's see. Find us a place.
Local units respond. Vehicle pursuit in progress.
Aw, man.
Officers, please report to Lincoln.
So close to. I can't say no. Friendly neighborhood, Spider-Man's on the case.
Yeah, that's It's a high-speed car chase, all right.
Alright, fellas.
Young man, I will pull this car over right now.
Darn rootin' too. Uh-oh. Nobody pulled the car over. Gotta hold it. Gotta catch it. Whew. No problem. No problem. You know, and...
More trucks? This fight's going viral.
Okay. Since I'm here, we can talk about traversing. You know, what I mean by that is how you get around the city. Games are more than just, they have more than just cars these days. Oh, you're a big guy, aren't you? What I mean by that is Shadow of Mordor have Paragors. You know, other games just have a lot of different other ways to get around, you know, than just cars. And I want to be able to add them all in, you know. Like, I'm over here. Meet me here. Can I hop in the car with you? I'm sorry. You can't hop in the car. Why not? Because I'm riding Battle Cat from He-Man. You know? You're like, oh my god.
For the gang that couldn't drive straight.
For real? Like, yeah, you want to see? I'll meet you there. You know, like, alright, you arriving in a Battle Cat while one of your friends arriving in the Batwing. Like, what, did you just parachute out the Batwing? Yep. You know? Another person arriving in Knight Rider. Oh yeah. Before I go, movie idea. They should redo... Oh man. What's the name of the movie?
An armed mugging was just reported. Need a unit on scene. Officers near Devil's Shelf, please report to the scene.
Yeah, they should reboot... Oh man, I wish I could remember the movie. It's a movie sort of like Wacky Racers. The Great Race, I believe. And it should be redone by
Someone's getting robbed.
Oh.
It's on.
It should be redone by the dude that did the Speed Racer movie. And they should have it like a Wacky Racers type of thing. And make it just that amazing. That more amazing. You know? If you haven't seen Wacky Racers or anything, you don't mix Wacky Racers with Speed Racer and Death Race. And you have a great movie. You have a spectacular
Every two-bit mugger
movie.
thinks he's the next Wilson Fisk. Well, they are going to jail,
But
so...
I'm gonna leave you on that. Time to go. You're welcome. Selfie. Thank you for Spider-Man and Chill. I'm the one Be Easy. Brandon Gordon Cab. Check my Facebook. Facebook.com/user/Brandon Gab Marley. Find me on YouTube at youtube.com/The One Be Easy, I think. /user/The One Be Easy. Yeah. Oh yeah, on my YouTube. Check out my of course my Game and Chill series, which Spider-Man and Chill will be a part of. But also check out our Daddy-Daughter series. That is awesome. Me and my daughter, we play multiple co-op games together. One we just started, which I refuse to play without her, is Resident Evil 5. You know. So that game's actually pretty fun. We played that. We played some Borderlands 2, and we have Call of Duty Modern Warfare up there. You know, so that's part of our thing. You know, because she wants to be a host, a personality. You know, a multimedia personality. You know, not just necessarily a YouTube personality, but a multimedia personality. And she's at the age right now where I'm like, you're too young to have a YouTube. So, in order for you to get experience doing that, you know, you could do it with me. You know, because I do this, and I kind of do this because I like it. You know, I never was like, I should stream. Like, what would I talk about? And look at what all I just found to talk about. And, you know, and it's all live. None of it's really scripted. The most I had planned was the Ben Riley information, you know. So, which is the Scarlet Spider. And it's like, in order to do one of these, you have to really not just be passionate about what you're talking about, you have to know what you're talking about, and you have to be prepared as to the topics you're going to stay on. You know, even if you're not into writing out, you know, scripting things, you have to have at least a layout. And I want her to know that. You know, like, the reason this all kind of flows off of my head is I think about this damn near 24/7, excuse my language. You know, what will be good, what will be bad, like I said. That's why I'm creating a system for people that's into that. Because right now I feel like trying to find one space where I could bring it all together is absent right now. You know, that's why they're like, PC is the master race, because you can basically jailbreak and do all of that stuff with the video games you have, or, you know, download an Unreal Engine, a Unity, you know, a Blender, and create things like that. But a console, to me, is so much more accessible. Of the thought of a mouse and keyboard, for some people, it feels old school. You know, when there's all this touch technology and, you know, these super powerful consoles. You know, everything's either iPad, you know, cell phone, a tablet, you know, and some type of tablet. You know, for these kids, a lot of kids don't know how to use a mouse and keyboard. A lot of kids don't know how to type. A lot of kids don't have access. They have access to a computer, but they don't really have access to a computer, you know, outside of maybe, you know, a lot of kids use a laptop or something for Netflix, not even necessarily games or things like that. You know, they go to a video game system to play games. And, you know I do. And that's when you get all the creative juices going, because your mind is working at a different pace, a different level. You know, take the Spider-Man game, for instance. You know, even though I logged in a couple hours, just to be able to multitask or plan ahead while in the motion of things shows the capability and the mindset that people have. You know, not just adults, but kids do this too. There are some kids that are so great at video games. You like, this little kid, he's only 8 years old and he's a Call of Duty legend. You know, and their mind works different. It's a lot more creative. They become immersed in a world, and why not use that world to help them grow? You know, help them learn. They're like, oh, you know, it would be cool if we could do this. Like, well, you know, if we take over the center island, we can kind of set it to do this. Or if we go in creative mode and we mess around enough, I'm pretty sure we can do it. You know, you want the system to be able to do that and mold young, great minds. There's a lot to get distracted by. And why not put it to creative, productive use? You know, that's what my system is about. My video game console. It's going to be called Gab Games. Look out for it. Gab Games console. You know, console's going to be small, but it's Gab Games console, even though it's not trademarked yet. put Gab Games. You know, Gab Games is, you know, copyright, at least the website is and stuff, and that's where we're going with it. GabGames.com. I haven't done much with the website as of late, and that's because it's trying to figure out what exactly the website's going to be, but I kind of figured it out. I hate to say it, but it's going to be all business. You know, there's going to be some video gameplay and of me talking and stuff like this, gameplay and game and chill. So, you know, because I am talking about the system I would like to create and things like that in these videos. And there's of course going to be a brief one putting it all together and things like that, but you know, it's serious. Because why? I need to entertain you while I ask you for some money. Because that stuff isn't going to get created on its own unless I jailbreak the system or PC it. But I'd much rather jailbreak my system. I don't want to. But the reason being is if I use the assets from games I have a lot of games. You know, I want to be able to be like, use the games I have. If I use a normal computer, I don't have a Blu-ray disc on it. You know, like I'm not made out of money here. Console's the most powerful thing I have in my house right now. So, that's why I want to create a video game console based around that. You know, it's either video game or computer. Computer, can they do what I want? Like, you know, a good gaming computer is like $800. You know, you could probably build one for like 500. You know, a decent one, alright one. You know, but it's like for mass production, I need something that I could build at about $250. You know, and sell for about $354, I should say, instead of $4. But you know, like that picture said earlier, black man. I'm just joking, but yeah. So again, thank you for watching Spider-Man and Chill. Peace, love, happiness. Look out. Here comes the Spider-Man.